Boxing, baby. You back in the building with the bell. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell if you're new to the channel as well. Now, we're going to talk about 126. This is division. It's hot. Got some good names out there. You see the title. We got Mr. Gary Russell Jr., Shakur Stevenson, Josh Warrington, Carl Frampton. We even got Sue Kane. You know, he's the regular WBA title holder. Don't know if they're going to get a belt that Leo Santa Cruz had and get to him. He may have to fight for it. I don't know if that's the Super WBA title that Leo held. But, you know what I'm saying, Sue got the regular WBA title. Now, I want to see some fighting going on at 126 for these titles. From what I'm understanding, the Josh Warrington and Shakur Stevenson fight, that should be coming up. From what I understand, Josh Warrington said that he wants to fight with Shakur Stevenson. It's going to be a badass fight, y'all. That's going to be a firework fight because it's two different styles. You got a fighter, boxer, puncher versus a complete boxer. Complete boxer in Shakur Stevenson. Gary Russell Jr. on everybody's case. I haven't heard anything from Frampton. I haven't heard anything from Josh Warrington. I haven't heard anything from Sue Kane mentioning Gary Russell Jr. And one of my main reasons of making this video for 126 is, what's the problem with everybody wanting to fight Gary Russell Jr.? We got Leo Santa Cruz. He was at the division for a good little minute. Did not want to fight Gary Russell Jr., which I can understand. The skill frame, the pedigree of Gary Russell Jr. being the fact that he lost, you know, in the first fight. I mean, not in the first fight, but in the amateurs to Gary Russell Jr. So I can understand he probably don't want no smoke with Gary Russell. But what about these other names? Now, even in the situation of Shakur Stevenson going after Josh Warrington, did Shakur Stevenson not want any smoke with Gary Russell Jr.? Now, a lot of people going to say, I'm crazy, this, that, and other. But why didn't he choose to go after Gary Russell first? Gary Russell has the green belt. And we all know about boxing if you know anything about boxing. The green belt is the bad belt. That's the major belt in the game. So I'm wondering if Shakur Stevenson is like just sitting back and like, I'm going to go for the easier fight. You know, doing what Errol Spence said against Sean Porter. I'm going to go the easy route first, go and get this title first, which I don't think is going to be an easy fight for him to go after Josh Warrington. Shakur Stevenson coming out of the amateurs, 13-0, superb boxer. But this is the professional level. And I think that Warrington will bring him hell from his style of fighting and his aggressiveness. Now, I know Shakur can box, but Warrington ain't no pushover. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just going to be no easy to go over there and grab this man belt. Then you won't go over there on his side of the turf, man, in the UK. And you're going to go over there and you planning to take Josh Warrington's belt. I don't see that being easy for Shakur Stevenson. Now, we got Josh Warrington and Carl Frampton fighting before. So, you know what I'm saying? These two have went at it. That was a spectacular fight. That should have been one of the fights of the year. I didn't hear anything about it. I'm not really too familiar on UK fighters, but that's something I wish I'd have been up on watching that fight because I missed out on a spectacular fight between them two. But these two, Josh Warrington and Carl Frampton, ain't even mentioning Gary Russell Jr. name. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. But Carl Frampton, you know, 26-1, 15 KOs, beat Denair, got good names on his resume, beat Santa Cruz, beat Scott Craig. Josh Warrington coming off 5 title defenses. So this is a man who is not coming out there to lose, and this is a man who is also went out there and beat big names. Beat Kid Galahad, Frampton, Lee Selby. See, all these fighters at 126 ain't joking. This division is hot as well, but it's a small guy division. And you know, small guy divisions don't get that much notoriety or acknowledgement. But I think that the two major fighters at this division is Gary Russell Jr. and Shakur Stevenson. That is going to be a fight too. That's going to be a hell of a fight. Now, I picked Shakur Stevenson to beat Warrington, but I don't see it being a real takeover fight for Shakur Stevenson. Carl Frampton, in my opinion, don't stand a chance with Gary Russell Jr. or Josh Warrington. Shakur Stevenson. He don't stand a chance with either one of those fighters. From the way I look at it, Warrington can be outworked. We saw that with him fighting. Not Warrington, but Frampton can be outworked. We saw that with him fighting Warrington. Shorter boxer, fast, speed, has it all. But going against Gary Russell Jr., I think a good fight. That would also be a good fight for Gary Russell Jr. Frampton versus Gary Russell Jr. I think that'll be a spectacular fight too. But the problem is these guys have to go out there and fight somebody. And then I was also looking this up, and I was watching some on Shakur Stevenson. He got to fight in Miami at this car garage. I thought that boxers' hands were registered as weapons. So even though he got money, I'm just wondering how is it that he's not in jail from that? Because if you saw the case, you saw the fight on television, on the news, Shakur Stevenson was wearing that dude out, man. I'm talking about literally just standing over him and waiting on punches and hitting the guy, and the dude going to the ground multiple times. But I'm just bringing it up. I'm not hoping this stop him or he go to jail. But I always thought that if a boxer punched somebody, that's automatically time. You know what I'm saying? If their hands are registered. But money brings different things. So whoever he hit, maybe they finna get a big payday from Shakur. I don't know. But Shakur, stay out of trouble. Stop beating people up at garages. Walk away from it. People are waiting on you to hit them because they know you got money. So just stay away from that. But I'm really feeling sorry for Gary Russell Jr. Now, from what I'm understanding, Gary Russell Jr. is or may be signing with the Zone, which is good. Now we could probably get the Leo Santa Cruz and we can get the Tank fight, because from what I understand, Tank and Leo Santa Cruz are Mayweather, Al Heyman fighters, and look like he ain't gonna get them fights. I think that Gary Russell would wipe out Santa Cruz. Tank, I'm not sure. We'll just have to see when that fight happens. But if he goes to the Zone, then he got a chance of making those fights happen. So I'm hoping and wishing that he just went head on. His contract is up with Al Heyman. He just move on down the road to the Zone. The one who I see being, and it's a hard fight between Gary Russell Jr. and Shakur Stevenson. That's a hard fight to say who will win, because you got to look at the experience of Gary Russell Jr. The experience of Gary Russell Jr. I think Gary Russell Jr. will beat Shakur Stevenson. I think he will beat him just simply off of his experience in the ring and who he's fought. I think he beat Shakur. Gary Russell is a hard, fast-punching fighter. I can't really say Shakur Stevenson is a hard puncher with 7 KOs out of 13 victories. Also, even with Josh Warrington, he only got 7 KOs and he 30-0. So I think Josh Warrington is pillow-fisted. Shakur Stevenson may be pillow-fisted. It's probably because he's so young. He ain't grown into his grown man strength. But I think Gary Russell Jr. will give Shakur Stevenson the business, man. I think he'll give it to him. I think the guy Shukan, he a good fighter, but I don't think Shukan can stand up even in the ring with Josh Warrington. I think him and Frampton could have a good fight, but Shu won't stand a chance with Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington, his thing is really outworking you. He's not a real power puncher, and he's good at outworking his opponents, obviously, if he's 30-0. The man only got 7 KOs out of 30, so he ain't knocking people through ropes. So he got to be talented somewhere in what he's doing. And I just see Gary Russell Jr. dominating 126. I know Shakur Stevenson is the big name. Everybody loves Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? He hot right now. Just went out there and got him a title, defeated Joey Gonzalez. Also, Shakur Stevenson has been sparring with Lomachenko. You know, still sharp and still. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, that's sparring. We got to see what's going to go on in legitimate fights, and I want to see a legitimate fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gary Russell Jr. Now, Warrington is lined up. I just told y'all that for Shakur Stevenson. I don't see Warrington beating Shakur, but I see him giving him a good fight because of his style. He's going to come towards Shakur Stevenson aggressively, multiple punches, combinations. He's going to make Shakur work. So I see that as a good potential fight. Yeah, but I just wanted to get on here because, you know, I think I'm going to go down to every division. I'm going to start doing that, talking about what's the big fights at every division and who's going to be the king of that division. I feel that Gary Russell Jr. is going to be the king of 126. I had to make a video because I'm really upset and bothered by the fact that this man is walking around with a WBC title and nobody is out there calling out his name. You know, Gary Russell ain't fought in a minute. Still no one's calling out his name. Shakur Stevenson isn't fighting. The fight isn't set yet. Why not call Gary Russell Jr. and say, hey, Gary, I want to fight you for your WBC title? Because y'all been off for a minute. Since you beat Gonzalez, that was like, what, a month or two ago? So Gary Russell been off since his last fight. Y'all could have been came together and made that happen. Like I said, that's why I'm saying, in my opinion, Shakur Stevenson could be going the easy road this time and just going after who he think he can take the title from instead of going the hard route. Because he could have easily made the fight with Gary Russell Jr. And even Gary Russell Jr. said out of all the fighters that's out there, even Tank, even Leo Santa Cruz, that the young boy, that's what he said, the young boy, Shakur Stevenson may have enough heart to step up to him and challenge him. So that's a lot of respect coming from Gary Russell Jr. to Shakur Stevenson, saying that the boy may step up to him out of who ducking him. He's the only one who may step up. Now we got to wonder what's next for Frampton. I'd like to see Frampton fight Shu Can. I think that should be his next fight, or trying to fight Shakur Stevenson or Gary Russell Jr. Whichever one. But it's really a disgrace of what's going on with boxing. You know, you got promoters helping people duck, and then the fighters ducking. And Gary Russell Jr., Terrence Crawford, these are fighters that's going through hell. Also, Demetrius Andrade. Can't forget him. These are fighters that get criticized because of the opposition that they fight. But then the headlining guys won't fight them. And then the channels go out there and bash them for being good fighters. It's sad. It's sickening. Demetrius Andrade got a belt and the whole division down there cleared out. People went to taking steroids, running. I mean, come on, man. Dan Jacobs then left. You know, not to go into that because I could keep going on and on. But I just had to make this video. I wanted to talk about 126. I told y'all all the fighters that's up there, the big names that's up there. I'm looking to see Gary Russell Jr. be the crown king of 126 if these fighters get in the ring and fight him. I only think that Shakur Stevenson gonna get in there with him, but due to the fact that Shakur Stevenson just had the chance to fight Gary Russell Jr. and did not take it, he's going after Josh Warrington. I don't think he really wants it, man. It's sad. Just move up. Even still, we got Leo at 130. Leo is not gonna fight him. You know what I'm saying? So he in a hard, he's stuck in a bad position, man. Leave Al Heyman, go to the zone, go get your money, Gary Russell. That's all I can say. And this ain't really my division, so I'm not being biased or nothing like that. You know, I just want to see the best fight the best, and I feel that Gary Russell Jr. is the best at 126. And I want to see the best fight Gary Russell Jr. And that's all I have to say on this video, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in to the channel. This is Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate, go to username, go to about. You donate nickel, dime, quarter, penny. Got Cash App, Easy Work 83, all combined. PayPal is connected to the channel, y'all. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in, man, taking time out y'all life to watch the kid. This is Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.